Hello, assalamu alaikum guys. Welcome back to the video, and this is the first video of O levels Pakistan Studies P1. And today my topic for you or for you guys is Mr. Nawaz Sharif. His topic, his two time period, his first tenure and the second tenure, his reforms, and both his uh, and both of his and both the difficulties in the tenure. I mean, what were the consequences and what were the results, and how did these both tenure ended. So Mr. Sharif, you know that he was that in our last topic we have studied in the Ziaulak, that he was the finance minister during the time of Ziaulak, and in his cabinet, and he was the one involved. I mean, and he was in the cabinet of Ziaulak, and he also approved the Eighth Amendment during the Ziaulak's time. The Eighth Amendment we have also studied in the 4 marks question, that what was the Eighth Amendment. Eighth Amendment was basically amendment in the constitution that I mean a law was passed that that now uh, president had the more power, and he could dissolve the national assembly. He could dissolve the national assembly, and his mayors couldn't be challenged. So now, Mr. Shri won the majority and was elected as the PM. He was the first major Punjabi leader to become PM. Before him, Chaudhry Muhammad Ali and Feroz Khan Noon were the weak PMs in the 1950s. So he had support of religious parties, because Nawaz Sharif, I'm not talking about a personal point of view that I'm in the supporter of No League or any other party, but my personal point of view regarding this is that during that time, um his involvement in the politics, and how he got two-third majority in his second tenure. This point would be noted, and it would have been in his second tenure as well. So how he was able to win the hearts of people during the late 1990s. He was the most popular leader. Even though Bhutto was the popular leader at that time, but remember that there was no party at that time, any strong party that could compete with PPP in the 1970s. So obviously now uh, he had a support of religious parties and encouraged him to follow a somewhat anti-US policy. However, domestic crisis frustrated his planned designs, growing poverty. Obviously, before it was a time of Benazir Bhutto, and during the time of Benazir, there was high inflation because he didn't have any majority in the parliament, and he tried to pass laws even, but she failed in his government. And also the Taliban's the refugee the this Taliban issue was created through the refugee problem in the 1979 when the Soviet invaded Afghanistan. All of the Afghan Muhajireens came to Pakistan through KPK and Balochistan, and this caused a series of terrorism attacks in Pakistan, and the situation was worsened through this as well. So okay, now uh, started construction of motorways, but the Rashid is known for his construction policies and for his development program like CPAC, motorway construction. CPAC is now started in 2020, but before it was a motorway construction. He was the first person to make more um, to give an idea that without trade a country cannot be done, and it is actual that without trade a country is, I think, a country itself does not have any uh, regardless or any image in the worldwide. And obviously Pakistan is agriculture country, and it is now growing in its exports. So obviously you need transportation in the country. So he developed motorways, he started yellow cab schemes, started privatization of some of the state-owned industries. He privatized the industries. It was the industry which were nationalized during the Bhutto's time. Growing Kashmiri uprising caused a worsening of Pak-India relations despite efforts of Sharif to improve them. Religious and business communities remained dissatisfied. Further problem January 1990 mysterious death of military chief General Asif Nawaz Janjua, the military chief of that time, General Asif Janjua, died, and rumors of Sharif involvements in the death. And Sharif was also alleged of the in the killing of in the killing of General Asif Janjua. Uh, JIK, using his powers of 8th Constitution, General Saag Khan, GIK stands for General Saag Khan. He was the president of the time, at that time, and he became the president in 1988 after plane crash of Ziaulak, and subsequently Benazir Bhutto at that time became the prime minister. He was the first woman prime minister as well. A point to be noted. So, sorry, a little bit of a cough. Okay, so General Saga was involved. Sharif was pressurized to set an inquiry commission, but took a hasty step by suggesting that Jayagi was involved in the murder. General Saga Khan, using his power of article, dismissed the Sharif government. So General Saga Khan was the first person who dismissed the General Saga, was first person to dismiss his government, and this was due to the Eighth Amendment. Eighth Amendment was passed. Okay, so you can take it as a joke matter as well. That Nawashi was involved in the cabinet of a cabinet which passed the Eighth Amendment. I mean, he was one who also voted in favor of Eighth Amendment, but that Eighth Amendment brought consequences for himself, as General Saab Khan, using this hate amendment, removed him from his first premiership of Pakistan. So now, and dissolved Assembly's caretaker government took place at that time, and elections scheduled in 90 days. Sharif appealed in the Supreme Court against the action of GIK. Chief Justice Naseem Hassan Shah. He was appointed by Benazir Bhutto. I think he was Sajjad Ali Shah. Yeah, no. Uh, Sajjad Ali Shah has been. Oh, we will discuss this. Sajjad Ali Shah in the next tenure. It's the Naseem Hassan Shah's verdict against GIK. Serious political crisis resolved only after military intervention. Both Sharif and GIK had to resign. Okay, so after this, who took the government? It was the Benazir Bhutto who took the government, and now the second term of PM Nawaz Sharif would be discussed. Now the second term was a little bit of spicy and a little bit of uh, full of myths and full of mysteries, and some points of this is still remembered in the history of Pakistan. These 2 years were you can say uh, in these 2 years you can say that our government was totally destabilized due to the up and downs in the governments. So this tenure starts. Mr. Nawaz Sharif got two-third majority in the country, and this was the first time that any leader got two-third majority. I mean, in all provinces, KPK, Punjab, Sindh, Balochistan, he set up his government, and it was a surprising for all parties that how he got this majority as well. This was due to the rallies, due to the long march, and due to the cycle march at that time it was called. So due to this, he got fame around the country, and his speeches, his way of style, his excellence in speaking was also recognized as a leader. Okay, so his brother Shawaz Sharif was also elected as a CM. He is now current Prime Minister of Pakistan. He got he became the CM of Punjab at that time, but Sindh MQM Muhajirin Qawmi movement set up its government in the Sindh. Sharif further strengthened his position by replacing Mr. Lagari. He replaced Mr. Lagari with Mr. Rafiq Tadar as president, using two-third majority in the parliament. Mr. Sharif scrapped the infamous Constitutional Amendment Article 582 Big B to restore the 1973 Constitution in its shape and enjoy the true executive power. With Punjab also under PML, the Sharif brothers started many development projects, e.g. completion of M2 mode phase. M2 phase was completed during his time. The yellow tractor scheme, cheap housing schemes, cheap housing scheme for the poor, and disturbance distribution of land among the Sharif and the landless peasants also continued the privatization of public sector enterprises. Sharif, however, faced serious problems that would have long-term consequences. PML had been a right-wing party with the support of religious parties. It supported the militant religious students, the Taliban trained at the religious schools called the madrasas. So basically, Taliban had been here since the 1970s, the late 1980s. During the Zayuluk time, as I told that Soviet invaded Afghanistan, and a war spread. And though they went back, but the movement of Afghan Muhajirin into Pakistan created really created created an immense problem for Pakistan, as they were trained in Pakistan. They got military trainings in madrasas. The Taliban were supported by Osama bin Laden, and those Taliban were trained under Osama bin Laden and perhaps the military intelligence of Pakistan, and in making their government in Pakistan. So obviously it would be a problem that at that time that at that time that the terrorism got fluctuated, and it was highly unstoppable, because obviously a huge movement of Afghan Muhajirin into a country. U.S. pressure on Pakistan to influence the Taliban to hand over Bin Laden to U.S. Obviously, U.S. pressure on Pakistan to influence the Taliban to hand over Bin Laden to U.S., as he was suspected to have masterminded the terrorist activities against U.S., e.g. bombing the U.S. embassy in Kenya. So a US embassy was bombed in Kenya. Obviously, they said that we want Bin Laden, that we want Bin Laden, but he refused it. Sharif earned um, Okay, so Sharif earned huge popularity at home but worldwide criticism by conducting a series of nuclear explosions in retaliation to Indian explosions. Okay, so in nuclear program which was started during the time of Ziaullah, and it now it happened actually. The nuclear tests at Chagai Hills were successful, and Pakistan became a nuclear power. But it was criticized by the whole world. Even USA threatened about for the sanctions on Pakistan as well. Became a nuclear power, but lost economic support by several countries as the West, as well as the Japan, etc. Foreign currency accounts in the Pakistani banks were frozen. Obviously, foreign currency accounts for Pakistan frozen as anticipation to a serious financial crisis. So obviously, USA gave us mm, uh, obviously they were saying that you can take some amount of money but in return you have to stop these all nuclear program. But Nawaz refused that, and that was, I think, I don't know that what should we say that step, but it was a better step by Nawaz, as India, our neighboring countries, obviously they are our rivals, and they had conducted their and they had become a nuclear power. Obviously, Pakistan had to become, in case, I mean, in order to, equalize the power sharing between the two countries. The serious differences of Sharif with Pak army, Pakistan and India on the verge of war in the Kargil areas, claim of gaining victory, but the troops had superpowers, but the government and the army were failures of obviously the Kargil issues. I mean, Sharif's second tenure had a lot of issues. I don't think that any leader in Pakistan history had these issues. And he also developed Pakistan's economy at that time. He also had nuclear tests at that time. Nuclear tests were done, so I don't think that anything uh, anything has remained to tell you about that how he handled the Pakistan situation at that time. Okay, so early Sharif had a dispute with Chief Justice Lal Shah and then managed to force him to resign. Obviously, now now Sajjad Ali Shah that was Naseem Ali Shah, uh, in the first tenure, and now it's Sajjad Ali Shah. He was appointed by Benazir Bhutto, and he gave a High Court ruling against Nawaz Sharif, but Nawaz Sharif's supporters attacked his residence, and he had to resign at that time. Finally, October 1999, Sharif tried to replace the military chief General Musharraf with his cousin. While Musharraf was abroad, his plane was denied. Finally, on October 1999, Pervez Musharraf had to um, Pervez Musharraf, the chief of army staff of Pakistan, and later on his government continued, and he post martial law. This was due to that he was on a visit to Sri Lanka, and when he returned to Pakistan, his plane was stopped from landing, and he accused Mr. Sharif of his murder, and that's why his garment was taken at that time. There was a miscalculation of Sharif about the strength of army. Musharraf was able to foil Mr. Sharif and toppled his government. On 12th October 1999, his government failed. He didn't impose martial law but just the military rule. The 1973, so suspended the 1973 constitution. Obviously, one thing that I need to tell you that whenever there is a martial law, the constitution um, had to be um, suspended. The constitution is obviously suspended because it is against the constitution of Pakistan that to impose a martial law on the country. And dissolved assemblies. And later Pak President Taras resigned under a so-called deal. Sharif with his family was exiled to Saudi Arabia. So this was the fourth time martial law, and this was the last martial law in Pakistan. After this, and then all of the martial law were in the 20th century, but in 21st century there isn't any martial law until now. And hope so to wish by Allah. It's a wish by obviously we all wish to Allah that in future there may be not any martial law in Pakistan, and and Allah Allah's mercy on this country, and his and he will make our country prosperous in future, inshallah. So this was the whole scenario that I've told you the reasons that why his government failed. In the next video, we would be coming on to the next chapter, relation between the relation of Pakistan with the other countries, China, India, and other nations. So, until then, Allah Hafiz.